morning. I had to switch it up a little bit to understand it's the same thing. Still hemp, but I ran out of papers because Raw has decided not to sell cones the way they used to sell cones. So I had to do my pre-rolls with blunt wrappers. I've had worse things happen to me in my life, obviously. Cut this down a little bit. But it's the BlackWatch. It's a Monday morning dose. I'm not nearly as on fire as I was last night, having to deal with Van and the Van and Mamala. And I know people think that I'm being oppositional purposely because I don't like Joe Biden or I don't like Kamala Harris. This has nothing to do with likes and dislikes. I'm not being oppositional for sport. I'm being oppositional because I feel like, once again, we're somewhere where we don't need to be. And we're a faction of people, a collective of people without a country. That shit sounds extreme, but when you think about everybody that gets promises, everybody that gets set-asides, and then you think about black people. Black people get what everybody else gets. And it's off of the blood, sweat, and tears that black people have shed on this soil that other people get what they get. We got scraps from 1619 to 1865, some even after that. Real shit. But we got scraps for 246 years. We were beaten, we were brutalized, we were murdered. And we were told to just fucking work and deal with it. Not much else has changed. Yeah, there's been some policy here and some policy there, but a lot of that shit has been hijacked to now help minorities, to now help people of color, to now help immigrants, to now help gay people. The same shit that they put in place to help black people, because black people were the only marginalized people at one time in this country, has now been hijacked by everybody else who's come into this country. So if you want to talk about me opposing something, I oppose that. And it's not the people who came into this country seeking a better life, seeking the American dream. I don't fault them one bit. I fault the United States government. You don't never hear me bad-mouthing anybody that's seeking to do better. Ever. You'll never, ever hear me bad-mouth somebody seeking to do better. People that come to this country, because of where they are, it minimizes them there. It compartmentalizes them there. It marginalizes them there. It's too hectic. It's too chaotic. I get it. That's why they come to America. And America waits with open arms to give them everything that they could so these people are comfortable here. I just need America to open its arms for black Americans. That's all I need. And once they do that appropriately, then you won't hear from me. Well, not really. You're gonna hear from me until you don't hear from me no more. But what I'm saying is, you won't hear me on the same shit. I only do what I do here to get the message out a different way than another brother or sister would be getting the message out. Because I believe that we need our own media circles. Watch that now. I believe we have to be able to control our narrative by speaking our own narrative. We can't allow anybody out here to talk for us any longer. That's never worked for us. When other people speak for us, it doesn't work for us. We trusted Barack Obama to speak for us. And he did not speak for us, he didn't even speak to us. He spoke to immigrants. He spoke to gay people. He spoke to white America. But Barack Obama didn't speak to black people. And when he did actually turn around and look at us, he talked down to us. He put us in a condescending form. And that's why so many people don't fuck with Barack Obama. Not because he's not a smooth cat. He's a smooth motherfucker. I got to give it to him. I like Barack because he's a lefty. I'm a lefty. I like Barack. But I don't like Barack's politics. Barack's politics got me fucked up out here. And I understand what he tried to do. He tried to make it seem like I'm going to be a president for all the people. But nah, dog. That's not the way this works. Because when you went to them black churches, and you went into them black communities, and you went into all those places to get the black votes, you didn't say all that. Just like Joe Biden didn't say all that when he went to South Carolina. He got down there eating Jimmy Clyburn's fried chicken. He didn't say he was going to go help no gays. He didn't say he was going to help no immigrants. He went down there and said, I got your back. You know me. And I know you. And he sat there and ate enough fried chicken, collard greens, macaroni and cheese, biscuits and gravy. So everybody said, okay, he's our guy. He's our guy. We rode with him with Barack. We're going to ride with him again. They didn't care that Joe Biden wasn't even charting. He wasn't even meddling. Joe was in 4th place. Kamala had already dropped out. They didn't care. They went with him because Jimmy Clyburn said, go with him. Jimmy Clyburn is South Carolina's overseer. I get it. He is the overseer for South Carolina. I get it. What I don't get is South Carolina folk. I mean, they're content with not getting shit. They are content with getting nothing for their vote. We continue to be content with getting nothing for our vote. We're going to get pushed out the paint. Not because we don't want to be here. They looking for other people to replace you already. It's about 38 to 40 million black Americans, American descendants of slavery. People whose folks' bones are buried here. It's approximately 29 million immigrants. Illegal immigrants. I don't know if that number is totally accurate or not, but I've seen it in a couple spaces. Somewhere just south of 30 million. Undocumented motherfuckers. If they can fast track, as they say they're trying to do, half them, just fast track 15 million to citizenship. What do you think that does to jobs for black Americans? What do you think that does for housing for black Americans? What do you think that does for education for black Americans? What do you think that does for health care for black Americans? Are you thinking about that? Or are you just thinking about how oppositional I am, how much I cuss and yell and scream about Joe and Kamala? Do you think about that? I'd be crazy to sit up here and just be 100% opposing to a black woman running for president. No, I oppose a flip-flopping individual who only finds it convenient to be black when she needs to be. Any other time, she's whatever else they'll call her. A woman of color, a minority. She fist bumped a lady a couple weeks ago and she said, I'm so happy you're the first Indian woman VP. She fist bumped her. She didn't correct her. She fist bumped her. If you're black, you're black. And I get it, she's 50% Indian. But she didn't run on being 50% Indian. She didn't run on that platform. She ran on being the first black woman president, then the first black woman VP. She didn't run on being the first Brahmin Indian VP. So I'm not really being oppositional to be oppositional. I'm being oppositional to correct shit. I know y'all don't like that. Y'all don't like the way a lot of black men do things out here. If I was white saying the same shit, they'd be like, oh. See, an independent thinking black man is really not a good thing. I'm not gonna play the clip because I find it so embarrassing. But that clip of that mother with her son, when he told her that he voted for an independent and he didn't vote for Joe Biden, her belittling him that way, her emasculating him that way, her abusing him in that way because that boy sought out to be independent. His first time voting, and he sought out to think for himself. He must have went some route and got some ism from somebody and said, you know what? Donald Trump ain't for me. Joe Biden ain't for me. I had to do that because when you're on campus, you know, they got the campus vehicles. They don't really roll the right speed limit. So he's in the right, and there's two cars on the right side of me. Instead of them waiting, letting him turn off, because they don't be on the street long, they just be trying to get from campus facility to campus facility. Instead of them waiting till he turns off, they try to get in front of me. I'm doing my fizzle right now, 37, 38 miles per hour. But they want to zoom in and damn near cut him off and gonna cut me off. So let me get my horn going so I slow up all that. See, this is my village. And I roll through this area every single fucking day. One thing I don't let people do is just be out of pocket in traffic. Because we got a lot of transients here. We got a lot of people who come do business here every day, you know, but they don't really live here. So you gotta understand. And there's a fucking cop 2 cars ahead of me. I don't give a fuck. They can hear my horn going on. What is that? It's road rage, bitch. It's road rage. Because you got motherfuckers out here trying to bob and weave when you got construction going on. You got pedestrians, you got bike riders, you got all kind of people around here, but they want to dip in and out of traffic. No, that's not the way you do that around here. This is Ann Arbor, Michigan. We got bike lanes, pedestrian lanes. Hell, we lucky to still have driving lanes. I heard him talking about doing some electric car shit or something. Have special lanes for electric cars. I don't know if that's true or not. But they're doing everything they can just to fuck everything up. Ann Arbor was just fine. They could have got rid of some of this grass, open up some more lanes. You keep packing people in here and you condensing down the lanes. That's dumb shit. I digress. Let me get back to that embarrassing ass woman. When she talked to that boy, knew she was being videotaped. I say videotaped because I'm old. Girl was taping her on the phone. You can see it must have been her daughter. Taping her on the phone. She knew she was being taped. And for her to go in like that, even if she was going to go in on him, which I don't like, but if she was going to go in on him, she could have said, cut that shit off. I need to talk to him. No, she knew she was being recorded. And she kept it up. And she just kept escalating and escalating and escalating. And if you listen in there, that boy said, I ain't voting no more. He's 18 years old. 18-year-old man. Thought for himself. Cast a vote for an independent candidate. Pretty sure he cast for an independent candidate. I don't think he down balloted. Sound like I think he said he voted independent. And with that being said, when he voted independent, as a parent, I know she must have schooled him. Because she said, I told you to vote for Biden. How you going to tell that man who to vote for? He earned his 18 years to vote for whomever he wants to vote for. But she wanted to be quick in saying, I told you who to vote for. It's like, damn. You told that young man who to vote for? You mean you really didn't want him to be his own man, think his own thoughts, and go in there and shade the box of who he thought would be the best candidate for president? You just wanted him to go say Joe Biden because you wanted him to say Joe Biden? Because I know she's probably one of those anybody but Trumpers. And an anybody but Trumper had to vote for Biden. You don't want to cast your vote for nobody else. You want to vote for Biden. And she ridiculed him to the point where he said, I ain't voting no more. He probably will. He's not going to always be up under her roof, under her rules. And I hope he changes his mind because they need him out here. They need the youngsters out here. They're trying to replace him, especially his demographic. They trying to replace him now with an illegal immigrant with the fast track. So he definitely needs to stay in the paint. His mind needs to be political. His heart needs to be political. But where will his mind and his heart be when he moves away from that harlot? I mean, that was just embarrassing. And if you don't find it embarrassing as a black woman, as a mother, period, I question you. I absolutely do. Because that was embarrassing. That's not something you do. That's not something that should be done. Ridiculing that young man because he did what he thought was right as an independent thinker. But his mama don't want no independent thinkers. His mama wants a sheep. And for the time being, she's the shepherd, so she figures, this is the way I'm going to talk to your ass. Yeah, this is the way I'm going to talk to you. And she talked to him so nasty. So nasty. Like, who does that to their child? And knew she was being recorded and just kept it up and just kept it up and just kept it up. We got to do better. Black mothers, black fathers, you don't do that to your child in public. And when I say public, it wasn't outside the vehicle, but they recorded it and then they posted it. That's public now. That's as public as it's gonna fucking be. Because I don't know them from a can of paint, and I've seen it. Hundreds of thousands of other people have seen it, maybe millions by now, berating him because he voted as an independent thinker. That's shameful. That's downright shameful. And we need to do better. Hopefully y'all have subscribed to the channel if you're watching this clip right now. If you have not, please do so. Click that image in the bottom right corner of the screen. And you should be able to handle that amicably. We're going to keep moving, man. Coming off a great interview with newly elected 14B District Court Judge. I'm going to be speaking to a young man who, this is where I want to see politicians. See, I don't want my politicians to have grandchildren. I need my politicians to have youngins, but I don't need them to have grandchildren. When they got grandchildren, you too old. You don't need to be my politician no more. When I saw Joe Biden with all his grandkids up there, I'm like, God damn, my president has grandchildren. Presidents didn't used to have grandchildren. They used to be younger. Used to have small children, teenage children. Now, our president, he's got grandchildren. He's old as fuck. And if he's old as fuck, that means his ideology is old as fuck. And if we don't put pressure on him, we gonna be fucked. Y'all be good out here. One love.